as soon as we get on. Hi, you guys, and welcome to Bubble Talk, episode 45. You guys, can you believe it? What an incredible week. Yes, that is Lulu screaming in the background. That is my sister's beautiful golden retriever who wants to be in the room with me jumping on top of Aunt Toni. That is not going to happen. So sorry, Lulu. Sorry. She's safe. She's doing well. You guys, wow, so much has transpired in the last week. I don't even know where to begin. Some of you are questioning whether they would be a Bubble Talk 45. I have never missed a week. We have done 45 straight weeks of Bubble Talk. It is my passion. I'd like to start by thanking Northside Maserati, Bella Soleil Tanning, Beautiful Anti-Aging Studio, Atelier Isabel Rose, and my newest sponsor, Chloe DeLeo, Diamonds and Mixology. I am beyond excited to have my newest sponsor. I am wearing her beautiful earrings. I know it's hard to tell with these earphones in, and my beautiful good luck necklace, as you can see. But let me tell you something. Before I start into what my week has been about, I would like to introduce my beautiful, incredible guest for today's show, Laura Elizabeth Stuart. There she is. Hi. Yay! Welcome, Laura, to Bubble Talk, episode 45. I just, I addressed that a little bit because I don't want to minimize the situation, but my mother is ill, and I met Laura through a very good relative of my cousin, and I think she's an incredible woman, but she also knows my mom, and my mom is ill. It's been a very difficult 72 hours for me and my family. I am in San Antonio. That's why I'm doing Bubble Talk remotely. I will continue to be by my mom's side through adversity and through tribulation. I come from a very strong family, and we have no reason to stop being positive. My mom, if any of you know, Mary Helen Martinez, is one of the most incredible women on the planet. And I know we all think that about my mom, but my mom is very special. And she gives me strength. She's my rock. Mom, I love you. I'm doing this show and dedicating Bubble Talk episode 45 to you because I know you're going to be watching this later and comment about my hair and my makeup. I love you. I love you. And through positive thinking comes strength. And through our faith, our incredible faith, we come from a family full of very strong people. And so we love you, and I'll see you soon. As soon as I finish this broadcast, I'll be back with my mom. So Laura Elizabeth Stuart, welcome to Bubble Talk. I'm so excited to have you. You know, we were talking in the pre-show chat about why I wanted you to be on this show.
Oh, yes.
So do you want to introduce yourself, or do you want me to talk about your incredible accolades and how amazing you are? How do you want to do this?
Well, first I want to send my love to Tia Mary Helen and say light to you. And only positive vibes coming to her, to everyone involved, and to your whole family.
Thank you.
I think she is so special and so loving and just a beautiful woman inside and out. So that I want to say first and foremost. And second, I know you mentioned pre-show you wanted to share this. Is that right?
Is that something? Need to share that? Yes. So I'm gonna ask everybody who's watching to help us spread the word of how important it is to love each other, to support each other, whether it's a small business, whether it's somebody like me who's a live streamer who's trying to grow their brand. It's important while we're going live for us to share, to comment. So I'm going to Facebook right now, and I'm going to keep doing this forever and ever when I'm watching myself, which is kind of weird, right? Because I'm on the show, to share it. So I'm going to go ahead and share it to my page now. So people who are maybe not on Bubble Talk necessarily on my personal page can watch it. So yeah, you can go and share it. And then after the show, you guys, please continue to share it with your family and friends and comment afterwards. I will have lots of time later on to answer your comments. But we have quite a show for you. Laura Elizabeth Stuart is quite an amazing individual. I knew the minute that I met her, she was my kind of people. And you guys know what that means, right? It's a person that has an incredible energy. It's someone who loves fitness, and it's part of their lifestyle. It's not a hobby. It's not something they do 3 times a year. It's how they live their life, and somebody who's incredibly comfortable with who they are and living in their own skin. And I knew that the minute I met her. She's kind of one of those wow people. So Laura, tell us a little bit of your backstory, like where you were born. Tell us a little bit about who Laura Elizabeth Stuart is.
Sure. I was born in Iowa, in a small town in Iowa, and I moved to Austin when I was 1 and raised here in Austin, where I am. And I went to an all-women's college in, wine. That was a good idea. I went with water.
Yeah, I had to. It's been quite the 72 hours. Yes.
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, I went to women's college and then came back to Austin for a very short time, and then went out to California and studied spiritual psychology. I got my master's in spiritual psychology. My dad says there's no way you could have gotten that in Texas. But
wow.
It was.
That's why I'm empathic. That's why you have that aura. That's incredible.
Thank you. Hopefully it's a good aura. So I studied, like, why am I here? How can I go back home for the holidays and not revert to being this 16-year-old? Oh God, leave me alone. How can I take full ownership for my stuff and live a more conscious or emotionally intelligent lifestyle, essentially? So, which is a great idea in theory, and in reality and practice, it means, oh, I got to look at that. Ooh, don't always want to do it. So it's been an interesting path. It has been.
Wow, you're so lucky to be raised in one of my favorite cities. I'm in love with Austin. I'm in love with that city. I love Houston. Don't get me wrong, but Austin, wow.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful. Although pollen, I think, just landed today. So I've been and seizing all day. Other than that, it is a beautiful city, and the bluebonnets are up, and it's for the most part pretty warm and welcoming. And we just finished some South by Southwest stuff. So yeah, it's a nice town to live in.
Yes, I got to see you when I was Austin. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
So Laura, you are one of my first. You're one of the first actresses, professional actresses on Bubble Talk, episode 45. Yay! I've had celebrity makeup artists, but I've never had a professional actress. So tell us a little bit about that. Growing up, were you in the plays? Were you dressing up? Your cats, your dogs, your neighbors' kids? I mean, tell me what your life was like as a child.
Well, I was always into theater and drama. My parents said I was dramatic. And I studied theater. That was my minor in college. And I actually, before I went to college, tried to get into the industry a bit, both with modeling and acting. However, I am what the term is now called ethnically ambiguous. So I'm not Latina. I'm not African-American. I'm not white. I don't know what you are.
You are a mixture, a good mix.
I'm a mutt.
A mutt.
and I
she does not look like a mutt. Hilarious.
So I now, years later, I am doing well with that, because so many people are having families with people from different ethnicities. So there's a lot of more ethnically ambiguous people around. So I did study some acting growing up, and the person I looked up to, and I still look up to, is long since passed. His name's Freddie Mercury. He was the lead singer of Queen, and I think a lot of people know of him from the recent movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and probably from the band Queen. And he stood in his own power, and in a time in front of a rock and roll band, frontman of a rock and roll band, being very flamboyant and just working through his own stuff in front of the world, and it was beautiful. And yeah, I look up to him for that.
Wow.
And I remind
So
myself of
how
him a
old were
lot.
you when you got your first acting job? Was it straight out of high school? Were you in college? How did you
Well,
start? Because people always ask me, like, how do I start in
how do you
professional
start
modeling?
this? Yeah.
How did I
You
start in
can,
acting?
yeah, you can start anytime. I mean, I just
I'm
started.
gonna start at 51.
I know. I'm telling
I'm
you, and
excited.
I'm
I'm
going to help
super excited
you.
about it. Yeah, I'm
I'm
super
excited for
excited.
you. And believe it or not, there's so much of it here in Texas. There used to be all these incentives with the government before, and there was even more, but there's still so much here. I just started doing it again about 4 years ago. I lived in LA, and then 2 years ago moved back to Austin, and I work more here than I did in Los Angeles. So it's essentially you get some photos, you go out there, maybe take some improv classes, which is stretching oneself. It's uncomfortable,
Right.
or whatever commercial classes, and see, okay, is this something I want to do? And then go to a few auditions, and then from there, it is uncomfortable. The camera turns on, and it's like I feel like Ricky Bobby. Like, what do I do with my hands? But then over time, I'm like, okay, you know what? If they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. And sometimes they're like, ooh, you look like my cousin. We got in a big fight. And they might not even consciously get it. And they're like, I don't like this girl. But it has nothing to do with me. So it's been a really beautiful opportunity to not take things personally.
Yeah.
And it's
you have to be really comfortable in your own skin to act, because you get a lot of no's before you get some yeses.
This is true. And it's an opportunity to be like, this is a no for now. And it doesn't mean I'm not good. It doesn't mean I'm not worthy. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means it's a no for now. And I'm going to keep going. I get high off the auditions. It just, I leave them.
I am too. I told you you're my kind of people. Like the minute someone's like, do you want to get in front of a camera or, microphone? I'm like, yeah, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
This is my best angle.
Yeah. I'm like, to the right, to the left. Yeah. Yeah, hysterical. So you started acting.
Yeah.
Tell me how the whole jewelry design happened.
So that happened in between when I was a child acting and now. So 12 years ago, I was a nanny back in Los Angeles for an artsy family. And they had a 6-year-old girl, and her name's Cuba, and she wanted to learn how to make jewelry. And I supported her during the summer. We were on summer vacation. I was like, yeah, I'll go with you, take a jewelry making class. And I wasn't really into it, but I'd always been an entrepreneur. Like as a kid, I'd have gymnastic classes.
Oh, you told me that story.
Yeah.
You told me that story. Hilarious.
I would have kids in the neighborhood come over, and I'd say, okay, it's a quarter for the class. And I'd make money, and then I'd teach them gymnastics. I mean, I was 12, if that. So, but yeah, so I was always an entrepreneur, but I didn't know that jewelry was my thing until I started doing it, and I love it. And I think the thing about it is, I would say less than 10% of it is designing. The majority of it is having my hands in every pot. And I like that. I like having opportunity to go, okay, I'm going to work on the marketing, or I'm going to work on Facebook. I'm going to work on, email strategy or social media and shoot this jewelry. And I mean, it's just, I like that aspect of it because I like having the control and being creative.
Right. So for all of our entrepreneurs out there, how significant or how important, Laura, would you say social media is to your business?
Well, you're asking a 41-year-old. If you ask Callie, who helps me with my social media and my website and all of that, she would say it is crucial. Yeah, it is. And I honestly have a hard time admitting that because it's not natural for me. So that's where I outsource. I'm like, help me with this. I don't know. Yeah, it just isn't comfortable for me. So that has been another opportunity for me to grow and stretch.
Sure.
And it's been the most amazing thing about moving back to Austin is I joined something called the WJA, the Women's Jewelry Association. And it's an organization of women jewelry designers or in the jewelry industry, whether they work for a boutique or anything in the jewelry industry. And we meet usually once a month or every other month, and everyone's so supportive. And, you know, someone like, oh, your social media needs to be more like this. You need to look at this grid and you need it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. So it's been very helpful for me to hear what works for other people, because again, it doesn't come natural for me.
And that, you know,
But yeah,
that's a rarity. That's so
is it?
rare. Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
wish I
good to
could say,
know.
oh, I think that all female entrepreneurs are so supportive of other female women
Yeah,
entrepreneurs, but that is
no,
so not the case.
yeah,
It's so not the
yeah.
case. They see you, they're intimidated by you. They see you as their competitor. And so
Mm-hmm.
they will offer you a little olive branch, right? To be guests on your guest list or a friend, to have your private personal number. But
Mm-hmm.
do they honestly support you? No. No, they don't. And
Yeah.
so it's incredible. When I meet a lot of people in social media, meet a lot of people in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few marketing companies now that have been involved for 45 episodes of producing my own show and getting ready to produce it as a television show. In fact, while I was on my way to San Antonio, hey, Matt Miller, he called because they found a site in Houston for my permanent set for my
That's
television show. So
great.
that's what's been pending, because I have a son in the Woodlands who's a junior who needs to graduate in a year and a half. So I don't want my set to be in the Woodlands necessarily, and I don't want it to be too far in Houston because I'll be commuting to my set every day.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to not make my life so complicated and so difficult, because I have the
Right.
opportunity to build my own television set, which makes me
That is
sound kind of
awesome.
bougie. Makes me sound bougie, but it really isn't. I'm going to, like you, have my hands in everything from how the set looks to the whole developmental process of Bubble Talk, even maybe being renamed to something else, because it will be a longer show. And so anyway, there's so many logistical
Well, it
things that
sounds
need
like
to happen. But I just believe that when women really truly support one another, like when I saw you and I met you, I'm okay, you have to be on my show. I'm like that with everyone, even Chloe DeLeo. I mean, she's a magical person. Anybody out there who knows her, hi Chloe. She is she's like a magnet of wow. A magnet of wow. That's the only way I can describe it. And there are some people that I meet, I don't get the wow factor, but then after a while, when I get to know them, they let their guard down a little bit. They become a
that.
different person. Yeah. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, this person's special. And your relationship evolves. But there's like this tight, hi, you guys. I know you guys send your love and support every day. I get so many texts from you guys, but I have a small circle of friends and family that I rely on a daily basis. Boy and Bobby, Boy Salvador, I adore you. Hashtag the Red Production. I'm going to have him on as a special live tomorrow. Love you. Boo. Samantha in LA, Brandon Allen in Louisiana. You guys are amazing. While we're talking, let me say hello to some of them. Hi, Samantha. How are you, love? Hi, Nancy. Again, Nancy is amazing, from Houston. Adore her. My sister, Marissa, you know my sister. Hi, Mommy. Thanks for watching. Brandon Allen from LA. How are you, Brandon? My number one fan in the whole universe. So when I have people like that behind me who hey, Julie, that's my cousin. Hi, Mama. How are you? When I have people like that in my corner who every day feed me with such incredible positivity, it's really hard for me not to push through the hard times of life. Because life is not easy, and if
No.
you think that life is a walk in the park, you're mistaken. You're
Yeah.
sadly mistaken, and prepare for, some darkness. But
Well, and it is when those times hit, it's like, oh, I feel a little scared or lonely, and it's nice to have people who are authentically there with you. Be like, I'm here for you, and it sounds like you have a
absolutely.
good support system of that.
Absolutely. And I want to
Powerful.
support you. I mean, Chloe DeLeo, hi, Mama. Hi. I mean, she's amazing, right?
Mhm.
She's also, you guys get this big announcement, going to sponsor my 1 year anniversary Bubble Talk 1 year anniversary party. Thank you, Mixology.
When is that?
Thank you. We have not set a date,
Okay.
but it will be coming up, and don't worry, you're invited. All my guests, all 50 of my guests, because we'll do it around the 50th episode, which will be in a few weeks, because we're at 45. Will be invited, plus all my friends and family who throughout the year have been incredibly supportive. I know Mixology just got picked up with Specs and Richard's Liquor, so I'm so excited for her. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some bubbles.
Mm.
I've got a couple of food sponsors. It's just gonna be a great time, DJ fun, and just a celebration of life and a celebration of my journey in this process. I never thought in a million years that my life would lead to something that I am so incredibly passionate about. I love supporting female entrepreneurs. I love inspiring people who maybe just have a thought in the process but haven't really acted on a dream. You guys, listen, I know this is the oldest cliche, and my mom can attest to teaching me this. She said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Like if you can think it, somehow that thought got into this brain of yours, you can do it. And I honestly, 100%, especially after the last 72 hours of my life, know what I'm supposed to be doing. And you guys better watch out, because if you thought I was in beast mode before last Thursday, I'm in beast mode now, because I'm no longer doing this for just myself. I'm doing this for my entire family.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And you have been a support, and you have support. Yeah.
I do. I know that. That. I wasn't going to cry. Oh, sneaks up on me. Sneaks up on me. Yeah, I just feel incredibly blessed. I know that people are in shock when I say that, but I do. I feel to have a mom and a father that I have, to have my family. And the luckiest woman in the world. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And
Thank you. So,
that way.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that I'm blessed.
And it's good to remember it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just,
excuse me.
I have to try to find the beauty of my life, and the beautiful parts of my life are my family, for sure, 100%, no doubt. And then second to that would be, of course, my show. And the fact that I took a huge leap. I grew up in the dance industry. I'm still a part of that industry, but I'm a realtor, and people are like, we don't hear you talk about that very much, and I'm like, I do the things that I'm passionate about, I mean, everybody works, you go through the grind, you do, but what truly lights your fire? Like what truly makes you excited and happy every day to wake up? Yeah. And what makes me excited is to be me, because I know that I'm not finished. I know that I have so much more incredible life to live. I know this is just the beginning for Toni Rodriguez. And I get excited every day when I get those texts from my friends. Hey, Mark Harvey, Ryan LaFleur, Nicholas Wynn. These are incredible human beings that I consider my friends. And, Chloe, when I get those texts from them, they don't even realize how incredibly important they are to me. Nancy, Samantha, and Brandon. I'm just going to keep saying their names because they are that important to me. And so now you're on that list, Laura.
Thank you.
You're going to be on that list. So tell me what the future holds for you with your joy line, because your joy is incredible. Can you show us any of it? Do you have any of that on?
I'm always wearing my jewelry.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah,
I love that. When I saw you.
And this is a Hamsa. It's I double loop the change to the pendants so that it's childproof. So I sell a lot to moms, toddlers that are just like, so this keeps it breaking.
I'm gonna have to.
Childproof, but
those are gorgeous.
You have this. So
those are gorgeous.
This is not childproof either, but this is.
Can you lift it up a little? There you go. Lift it up. There you go. Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
So I make a lot of this in the downtown LA area, and it's eco-friendly and ethical, so it's not made in sweatshops, um, and it's non-toxic. So if a kid is sticking their mouth around it, they're not getting nickel, lead, or any other toxins in their body.
You know, I don't think about those things because I have a 17-year-old man boy at home who drives himself around now and eats like 3 men. And a 25-year-old man. He's my son. So I forget that those things are truly important for young moms who have young children still at home.
Yeah.
I forget, you know, when kids grab your necklace or suck your finger and you have a I don't think like that, right? And I should, but
it's not
that's
even
important.
It's not even just the kids. It's like, for me, it's the biggest organ is my skin, you know, and this is laying on it. And, you know, people can get skin tags from necklaces. I'm like, well, what am I putting on my skin? And then furthermore, who's making this and how are they? And that's my thing, you know. If it's made in a sweatshop, they're generally not treated very well.
Oh, and do tell that your jewelry is not made in a sweatshop.
Right. It is not made in a sweatshop. I could not sleep at night. I just couldn't. And I've thought about, oh gosh, the prices would be so much more affordable, but the quality is affected.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for watching, Mike. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I had to say.
So it just makes it. I feel better with that. I feel better. I don't want.
Well, you're so beautiful. You're so health conscious.
Thank you.
When people meet you, Laura, they can tell that just one of those natural beauties. Seriously, you guys, like, doesn't need to wear makeup. You know, one of those. Yeah, I see that. One of those that you're like, God, really? But she's gorgeous. You know, I wish you the ultimate success. I think you are, like I said, my kind of people. You embrace the healthy lifestyle. You embrace who you are. I think that is so incredibly important for males and females out there to really, really discover who you are and really embrace who you are. You guys, it's such, I find such a peace. Like I have a couple of friends who are like, I would be losing my mind right now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, I have such an incredible amount of peace right now because one, I know I can handle this. I know how strong that I am. And I know the support of my family and friends around me is, people have no idea who my friends are. They have no idea who my sphere of influence are. I kind of like it that way. We are a very private family. You will not see me posting a lot of my mom's stuff on the internet or anything like that because out of respect for my mother, because my mom is a very private person when it comes to her personal health. And I have to respect that. But at the same time, I don't want to diminish the significance of how important she is. And how it's affecting us. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Laura, I don't even know what to say other than just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
My pleasure.
I know this was last minute. I was supposed to be interviewing you from Houston. I don't have any of my equipment. I want to thank my sister, Christina Martinez, for letting me be in her dining room. My uncle, Jesse Robert, for driving me and feeding me for the last 4 days. My boys, who I love, Marcus and Thomas, who are home without a mom because I'm here with my mom. My niece, Maddie, for letting me borrow her makeup. You know, life just throws you a curveball and you just got to catch it and throw it right back. Say I'm done. Like,
and you are.
Like, you're not going to do this to me. You know? So here we are, Benjamin, Oscar, Chrissy, my brother, Pat, Marissa. You know, I have to just tell them thank you over and over again. Arnold, Nono, my cousin, for Dina, Yoli. Just, if I forget anybody, I'm sorry, for being incredibly supportive. My dad, love you, Dad, for being a rock. I just want to thank everybody. I appreciate all of your incredible love and well wishes. Laura, I would love for you to come back on a different day when I'm in Austin. That would be super cool.
Yeah, we can do it over wine together.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You and I together could be trouble. But thank you so much. I love your energy. I've enjoyed having you on Bubble Talk episode 45. And like I said, you guys stay tuned because Mixology and Chloe DeLeo Diamonds is sponsoring Bubble Talk's 1-year anniversary party, which we'll be announcing in the next few days. The location, I'll have all my guests who have been on my show the last 50 episodes. And of course, I'm going to invite all my Bubble Talk Vibe viewers. I'm going to invite all my family and friends who have been so amazingly supportive in the first year of Bubble Talk. I appreciate this incredible platform. Northside Maserati, you've been incredible to me, allowing me to be your brand ambassador. Bella Soleil Tanning, Tiffany Banks, thank you. Kay McCunis from Beautiful Anti-Aging, Ryan LaFleur from Atelier Isabel Rose, Yana, Chloe DeLeo, Boy with hashtag The Red Production, my crew, just everybody. If I forget you, I promise you it was not on purpose, Samantha and Brandon. It's not on purpose. It's just my mind's foggy right now, but I want to tell everybody out there how much I love them and how incredible they are to me. Laura, I wish you the best success. Where can they find you? Give us a website real quick, and then we'll also have it in the description from today's episode.
Okay, yeah, you can find me at lauraelizabethjewelry.com. Laura, L-A-U-R-A, Elizabeth, E-L-I-Z-A-B-E-T-H, jewelry, Jewelry.com, and on Amazon. You can search Laura Elizabeth Jewelry on Amazon.
Yay, her joy's on Amazon. You guys listen. Let's leave them, Laura, with a word of inspiration. Why don't you close today's show with something that will uplift us and inspire us?
Well, clearly, I think support is what seems to be really present. It's just love and support, and whether it's through an organization of women together or friends or family. In my experience, especially when things have hit the fan, support is in love, and just being able to hold a loving space for someone, it's rare. And so to be that for other people is a beautiful thing, and to receive it. And my intention is to be more in that as much as I can be. And I think the more we do that, the more positive there is out there, whether it's in the political realm or social realm. There's just an opportunity to be more mentally, emotionally in our loving and supportive.
So we can handle life strife. You guys use your energy and your breath every day to support and surround yourself with people that are positive and create positive things in your life, so that you, when the time comes, can be a positive light for others. That's so incredibly important, and I'm learning that more and more by the hour here. So again, thank you so much, Laura. You're amazing. Thank you. Your jewelry is amazing. I can't wait to see you again in Austin next time I'm there.
Light to your mom. Light to mom.
Light to mom. Positivity. Mom, I love you. I will see you soon. You guys listen. Thank you for spending Tuesday evening with me. Don't go anywhere, because, of course, next Tuesday at 6 o'clock, we'll be right here for episode 46 next week. Thank you to all my sponsors. Thank you. I don't want to let you guys go because it feels so good to be talking to everybody tonight, but I have to go. Love you guys. Have an incredible week. See you next week. Bye, you guys. Bye, Laura. Thank you.
Bye.